These are general tips on how to take and pass the board examination. If you're new to my channel, and I swear to you, I've searched in YouTube, this would be the most comprehensive list that will help you in taking and passing the board exam. So let's get it on. I'm D Mahinay-Eclavea. I am a registered nurse, both in the Philippines and in the US. And I had been a nurse since 2006. In the Philippines, I was top 9 in the December 2006 board examination. And since 2007, I had been teaching nursing. And with more than my 1 decade experience in the nursing academe, I have taught or helped a lot of students take and pass the board examination. So today, I am starting a new playlist here in my channel. It's called In the Classroom. Okay, and I would like to start off by giving some tips on how to pass the board exam. And I know that a lot of students are looking for this or wanting to know some information about how to pass the board exam. And this is not only applicable in the Philippines, but anywhere in the world, whatever course you are taking. Because in the company that I worked for before, there are a lot of courses we're handling, and we know that the formula for success is actually very much the same. Okay, so these are general tips on how to take and pass the board examination. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Okay, my channel is basically covering motherhood videos, videos about my baby Ethan, okay, and also lifestyle, food, just about anything under the sun, travel, okay, and all of those topics. And today, this would be a topic that's especially for students, okay, or graduates who are about to take the board exam. For today, I will be tackling, things, what to expect, what are the do's and don'ts of taking the board examination. I know that this can cause a little bit level of higher anxiety, and don't worry, because that is normal. Everybody who took the board exam felt that. Even me, during the time when I took the board exam, I also did feel that. If you are still a student right now, you're just doing some advanced research on how to take the board, congratulations, because you're way ahead of the pack. And I think this would really help you in preparing, because it will be best to start early. If you're already a graduate, you're about to take the board, I think this is perfect for you. If you are already licensed, I know that you have a lot of friends or family who might use these information. So please do share it in Facebook, okay, or in YouTube or Twitter or whichever social media. I would most gladly have the most number of people helped by this video. All right, so without further ado, let's get on to the tips, the do's and don'ts of taking the exam. And I swear to you, I've searched in YouTube, this would be the most comprehensive list that will help you in taking and passing the board exam. So let's get it on. What to do before taking the board exam. I have divided this video into the do's and the don'ts, and each one I have subdivided into what to do before, during, and after the examination. So let's start with what to do before taking the exam. All right, so first of all, I would like you to have a positive way of thinking, because this is the make or break point in your preparation for the board exam. There are a lot of students who, right at the very moment that they start reviewing for the board, they already have this fear that, oh, I might fail, I can't do this. Do away with all of those negativities, because you need to believe that you're going to pass. Remember, nobody will believe in yourself better other than your mom. Okay, then, you yourself, you have to really deep inside you think that this time around, I am going to make it. Whether you're going to take the exam for the first time or have you taken it before and you're retaking it, you just have to tell yourself that this is your time. This is your chance of passing the board exam. All right? Next, you have to prepare ahead of time. So how long before the board exam should you prepare? If you are still in first year college right now, I would tell you to start now. What do I mean by this? Okay, once you are tackling your subjects or going through your different subjects, remember that you don't just study to pass the subject, just to pass the semester. No. The best thing to do is to have a goal in sight. You need to know that, at the end of the tunnel, there's a board exam waiting for me. So whatever I am learning now, okay, I have to retain this knowledge way until after graduation. That's the best formula for success. However, some of you might say, hey ma'am, I'm already in fourth year. Is it too late? No. The earlier you start, the better. But if you're already in fourth year, or you have already graduated and you're still, about to take the exam, any time would be a good time, just not like a week before the exam or something. So remember that you need to give yourself ample time for you to go through the different subjects. There's no set time limit, like, oh, you have to start, like, you need to give it like 2 months, 6 months. No, the longer, the better, because it will more equip you in preparing for this very important examination. Okay, next, before you start reviewing, okay, you have to know what is your learning style. You have to know it yourself. You can't really say like, I don't know, I don't really know, but you have to know it, because you know who you are. Okay, let me give you an example. I am a visual learner. I know that right from the beginning. So when I listen in class, I have to write it down, or else I will forget it. Okay, so the moment that I write it down in my notebook, I feel like I have written it down in my brain. So that's how I work. That's me. I don't know how you work. Okay, if you're a visual learner just like me, okay, you're the type who, during an exam, if a question pops up, you remember where you read it. It's in my notebook. It's in like this page on the left side on the top corner, and I use a red ball pen in writing it down. If you did that, then you are in the right track. You are a visual learner. Some people are like auditory learners. They just listen to something and they can remember it. Okay, so you have to know your style, so you know what is the best way, okay, to review for an exam. So different people has different styles. You just have to know yourself. Okay, next one. What should I study first? Okay, so remember, since there's a large amount of information that you have to go through, okay, my tip would be to study the hardest subjects first. I started getting serious in taking the board when I was already in, I'd say like late third year. Okay, so those subjects of mine in the earlier years, I have actually forgotten already. So I started reviewing that, okay, before I took the board exam. Now, it actually took me like 1 whole month, I would say, to review those subjects, because I forgot about it already. When you come to fourth year and you're not prepared, you really need a long time, okay, to study those subjects. So just start with the hard ones first, because remember, whenever you know something already about a subject, it would be easy for you to go back to it, or once you're asked a question, you would know the answer. I promise to you that. So it would be better equipped on knowing a lot about a lot of topics, rather than mastering just a few topics and going to the board unprepared for the rest. Schedule. For my next tip, do create a review schedule. And in class, I usually share this. I do a 50-10 rule. So what does that mean? For every 60 minutes that we have in 1 hour, in order to balance it out, you need 50 minutes of studying, and after that, get 10 minutes of rest. Now, my students are joking. Is that like 15 minutes of rest and 10 minutes of studying? Yeah, good luck to you. But, okay, again, it's 50 minutes of studying and 10 minutes of rest right after. So, if you rest every now and then and you don't tire yourself up, you're not exhausted, you could you could absorb more information, and I think that your studying will be more effective. Okay, next one. While you're studying through the course of your reviewing, okay, you have to also track your progress. Meaning, okay, if the school is giving you some exams, or if the review center is giving you certain examinations, you have to jot down what are your scores for each subject. That is very important, because as you move on, you need to know, hey, I need to improve more on this subject. I'm good in this. I can like let go of that for now. If I have time in the end, I can go back to it, but to focus on the subjects wherein you are consistently not scoring good. That is the way to really ace an exam. You work on your weak points. Okay, you develop it so that you'd be armed in the time of the examination. Now, another thing is, especially if you're a visual learner, this is very important. You need to post it. Like, write it down everywhere. Did you experience that while you're reviewing for the board, that you have like notes all over the place? Like when I was preparing for my board exam, literally our whole house is like, it's packed with too many papers. Like there's one in the sink, in the toilet, in the laundry room. There's one in the bedroom, in the ceiling. So wherever I go, I see something. Okay, so let me explain the theory or the idea behind this. Okay, what is your favorite fast food chain, and what is the delivery number for it? Like for example, in PI in the Philippines, okay, there is Jollibee. Like remember, if you have what's the delivery number for that? Okay, it's 87,000 Jollibee delivery. Why do you know about it? Because everywhere, it's posted everywhere. Just like in bus stations, at the back of the bus, you see it in buildings. You can see it everywhere. So at the back of your mind, you know that it is being registered even without you like consciously trying to memorize something. Okay, so this really helps when you take the board. Some people are saying, no, it's too makalat. It will just make my room messy. No. Okay, it is very effective. Once you see it all the time, just take a glimpse at it, every now and then, okay? And before you know it, you memorize already everything that are on those notes, okay? Next tip would be to, keep a healthy body. You need to, like, eat healthy, avoid junk food, drink your vitamins, because remember, in the board examination, bawal magkasakit. It is a big mistake or a big, let's say, downfall for any board examinee to be sick on the actual day of the board exam. So you have to protect yourself. You have to be very careful about what you eat, what you do, okay, and stay healthy, all right? Don't avoid junk food, avoid, all of those bad stuff. You know what those are, okay? And you are in the right track. Students ask me, like, ma'am, what kind of material should we use in preparing for the board? Shall we buy new books? Are we going to use our old books? Okay, what are we going to do? Because some students like do panic buying of books before the exam. They feel like, having like 10 books of the same subject will give them more, more confidence in taking the exam. But I'll tackle that later on. But my tip for you is to use your old materials. What I mean by that, what is your book for this subject when you are in third year? Okay, for example, in nursing, what's your book for medical surgical nursing? Okay, when you were back in third year, is it Brunner and Siddart? Is it Ignatievicius? Is it Joyce Black or whatever? Now, go back to that when you're reviewing, okay? And remember that the next time that you read it, believe me, you will understand it more. Okay, my theory about this is just like watching a movie. Okay, when you watch a movie, the first time that you watch it, you'd just be, oh, that's a nice movie. You just simply appreciate it. Now, the second time that you watch the same movie, then you see scenes, or you actually understand scenes that you didn't understand before. You'd be like, oh, so that's what happened. Oh, so I didn't see that the last time. So the second time that you go through something, you actually do understand. Okay, again, the first one you appreciate, the second one you understand, and the third one, if you read it again or if you watch the movie again, what do you notice? You can go through the lines as the movie goes on. Kumbaga, nasasabayan mo yung linya dun sa pelikula. Meaning that you have already memorized the lines. So don't say like, I've read that already and I still don't, I still don't know the answer. Well, maybe you just read it once. Maybe you need to go through it again and again. Repetition gives mastery. So you just have to keep on doing it in order for you to master it. Okay, so I would recommend if there's something really hard to read it at least 3 times, and I bet to you that you will have a greater understanding and memorization of those certain topics. Okay, and next one is, before you take the exam, you need to do some research on not just the exam, but where you're going to take the exam. Do visit your testing center. Okay, like for example, in the Philippines, there are some exams that are available in the different provinces, but there are some exams wherein you all have to fly to the city capital to the country's capital in Manila in order for you to take the exam, because the exam is only available there. Okay, and when you get there, there are plenty schools. So which school are you assigned to? You have to get to know it. Now, on the time that you are going to take the exam, for example, it will start in the morning. Okay, on a weekday before the exam, if the exam is like a Friday, it will start on a Monday, or is it a Saturday? Like a week before that, try to commute going to that area on that same day, because traffic is different in weekdays and weekends. So, and then get to see like how long does it take for you to get there. Don't guess, and don't rely on what family and friends are going to tell you, because you need to experience it yourself. If you don't know how to get there, it will only increase your anxiety. Believe me. So you just need to know how to get there. Where's the classroom? Where are you going? Okay, and so that on the day of the exam, you just go there in a breeze. Okay, so those are my tips. Okay, and what to do before the exam. Let's now go to what to do. So our next tips would be on what to do during the examination. Now, first of all, okay, again, let's start with positive thinking. On the day of the exam, you have to believe that you are gonna make it. You have to tell yourself, okay, stay calm, okay, believe in yourself, I can do it, I can make it this time, I will pass this exam. Alright, so positive thinking would really go a long way before you start the examination. Next one, once you're starting with the exam, you have to first answer the easy questions first. I know some people are saying like, you start with the hard ones, but no, remember, taking the exam, the time is very limited. So you have to do like, just do the math, okay? So let me show you right here what we're going to do. For example, your exam would last for like 2 hours. That's 120 minutes. Now, for each exam, for example, you have 100 items. So remember that you are given like 1 minute to answer each item. So you need to have a watch. Do have a watch and look at it, not every minute, but you can look at it like every 15 minutes. If 15 minutes has passed, okay, then you tell yourself, oh, I should be in number 15. 30 minutes have passed, I should be in number 30. So you would know if you are like, you're lacking time or you're crunching with time, okay, towards the end. And then if you do it like 1 minute at a time, okay, at the end you will have like 20 minutes left. That will be enough for you to go back to your answers, check them again, okay, and so you can see like, did you skip anything? Okay, did you miss anything? And you have time to go back, okay, to the answers that you were not sure of. Okay, now another tip that I could give you is, once you're answering questions and you find certain questions that you're not sure of the answer, okay, before you skip that, you need to eliminate 2 answers first, so that the next time that you go through it, okay, you're down to only 2 choices, which will give you a higher chance of picking the correct one. Okay, don't leave an answer, don't leave a question with still 4 options in front of you. Okay, and then list down these items. For example, I skipped the number 15, number 75. Write it down, okay, somewhere in your booklet, okay, so that you can check it right after the exam. I finished going back to 15 already, I'm done with 75, done with 95, so that at the end of the day, you know that you have answered each and every one of those questions. Okay, now yeah, as I mentioned, like at the end of the exam you have enough time to go through it. Okay, and then lastly, what to do like after the examination. Okay, okay, after the exam, it's a time that you need to wait for the result. Again, still believe in yourself that you can do it. Okay, remember, throughout the process of taking the boards, before, during, and after, you need to have faith to whoever higher being you believe in. Okay, just this is the time to have and keep your faith that you can make it. Okay, what I did during my time was that, like right after the board, okay, I went to church like every single day until the result came out. Okay, it gives you like a feeling of hope that you can make it somehow, okay, through the end of the examination. Now, since you went through like months and months of hard work, okay, one good thing that you could do is to like give yourself a break. You know, after the exam, go out, travel, like party. If you want to party, go party after the exam. You need that, believe me. Okay, just give yourself a break, reward yourself, okay, for a job well done. Okay, and at the end of the day, some would pass, some would fail. Now listen to me very carefully. Okay, once the result would come out, I would tell you this: if you pass, congratulations. If you fail, stand up and try again. We always say this, that there is no such thing as failure. It's only delayed success. And do you know who are the people who have failed? Those people who have actually stopped trying. So if you feel down, you feel lonely, go. It's cry, sob, like mourn for your failure. But right after that, you know, stand up and then try again. All right. So those are my tips on what to do in preparation for the exam. Now let's go to our tips on what to not do before taking the board. Or what not to do during the board exam. Let's start with what not to do before. Okay, number one, don't or stop all of your vices. Whatever those are you into drinking, even smoking, you know, or gaming, or like watching TV, binge watching on series. Okay, just stop all of those. Anything that can eat up your time, okay, just get rid of them. Even just temporarily, like even just for the moment. You need what 2 months, 6 months to prepare for the board, and then after that, go back to whatever series you're watching. It's okay. Okay, you have all your life to watch TV or whatever. Okay, just sacrifice during the time that you are preparing for the board. Okay, now before, also one other vice that is very common nowadays is the use of social media. During the time that I took the board, social media is not yet a big thing, but texting is, because it's like right about the time when, you know, cell phones had just been, let's say, largely available for public consumption. So what I did during that time is pretty simple. I did not load up my phone. Nothing. Why? To avoid temptation. It's all about control. It's all about discipline. Okay, so don't load up your phone. You have no reason to, you know, don't connect to the Wi-Fi, okay, or whatever. You know what to do. Okay, just get rid of your social media. Deactivate it. Some people does that. Deactivate it if you want. It's okay. Okay, next one. Another thing that you need to do is to not overtire yourself. Okay, this goes for like those OC people out there, obsessive compulsive people. They're really, there are some students who are really, let's say, very, how do you call that, very competitive. Okay, especially those who like, I want to pass this exam, I want to top this exam. You know who you are. Okay, now remember that in preparation for the board, do not overtire yourself. As I mentioned earlier in the do's, that you need balance. You know, you need time to study and time to rest. If you tip off that balance, you're gonna regret it at the end. Now, another thing is, do not go sleepless the night before the exam. I actually did that and I regret it like until now. Okay? It was really hard. You can't go to the exam wherein your lutang, your brain is like all over the place. You cannot concentrate well if you lack sleep. So therefore, you need to be like well rested before taking the board. The advice that a lot of people might tell you is to take one day off before the exam. Just relax, like go to the spa, like watch your favorite movie one day before the exam. Stop studying one day before the exam so that you are well prepared to take the board, because your body is very much in tune, okay, to the battle that is coming up ahead. Okay? Next, okay, stop thinking negatively. As I mentioned earlier, think positive. Okay, let me give you this one common line that I hear from students. They tell me like, ma'am, I'm not that intelligent. Hindi naman ako matalino. Okay? And I always tell them, it's not about intelligence. It's about how masipag you are. It's about, how much time and effort you put into reviewing for the board. All of my students out there, I've told you this like 100,000 times. Daig ng masipag ang matalino. Therefore, no matter how you think average you are, or some people might look down on yourselves like, I'm bobo naman eh, I'm not that good, I'm not that intelligent, but okay, daanin mo lang yan sa sipag. Just invest your time and effort in it, and I tell you, that intelligence is not the only key to passing the board. Actually, it could also be a disadvantage, because there are some intelligent people, okay, who do overanalyze, and it is not an assurance that if you graduated cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, that you're going to pass the board exam. Okay? Everybody has a clean slate in taking the board. Pantay-pantay ang laban dito. So therefore, okay, you just have to give it your best. Okay? Now, before the exam also, you need to don't be too overconfident. Okay? What do I mean by that? If you think that you need some help, go get some help. Some people are saying like, I'm good with self-review. Well, good for you. Then congratulations. But some people, they know within themselves that they can't do it. They can't do it alone. So what do? You go back to school, you like get refresher courses or review in a review center. Some people are doubtful of reviewing in review centers. There are a lot of very good review centers out there. I work for Top Rank Review Academy, and I can really tell you that okay, in our review center, that we are really up for the quality. We maintain the quality of each and every one of the classes. So you just have to choose, okay? Have a standard and look for it, okay? And get some help if you need them, because it will really go a long way. Okay, so next one will be our tips for during the examination. Not to do during the exam. First thing, do not panic. People who panic often have mental block, and because of that, they just forget everything that they work hard for, okay, for 2 months up to 4 years. Okay, so just stay calm, okay, before you're taking the exam. Next one, do not ask your classmates on what their answers are to certain questions that you are not familiar with. Why? You have to protect yourself. You have to protect, your calmness. So therefore, doing that will only increase your anxiety. So if you want to do it, if you really want to do it, leave it until the end of the exam, after you have taken like all of the questions, is it 500 items, 600 items, finish the whole exam first before you ask them, okay, what their answers are for certain questions. Next, stay away from all kinds of negativities. Okay, example, like, are there like negative people around you, people who like just pisses you off? Are there like places that gives back negative memories, like, this is where I used to be with like my former best friend or my ex or whatever? Okay, just stay away from those places. Don't attend events that stir up negative emotions from you. Okay, so always just stay positive. Okay, next, avoid stressful situations. Example, okay, this is not the time to keep on fighting with your boyfriend, okay, or with your mom, or with anybody around you. Love quarrels, LQs, this is not the time for it. Now, if you really like insist on demanding something that you cannot give, like time, attention, like do whatever you have to do, even if you have to like break up with him. This might be controversial, but you know, I'm just talking like in all honesty, because if that's like one thing that can hinder you from getting your goal, okay, remember that that person is not going to be the one who's going to take the exam. You are. Okay, at the end of the day, okay, my students know this, at the end of the day, after the board, if that person is still there, then it's meant to be. If it's not, then move on, girl. You deserve someone better. Okay, someone who would understand and put your needs before theirs. Okay, next, what else to avoid? Avoid other stressful situations like pregnancy. My God, this is not the time to get pregnant. Okay, even positive looking things, okay, you have to also avoid it if it causes stress, like traveling. Okay, going on trips, this is not the time to do that. Or getting married. Okay, you don't get married while you're preparing or reviewing for an exam. I'm sorry. Anything that you have not tried before. And this goes days before the exam until the day of the board exam. Why? Because you do not need an upset stomach on the day of the board, because it can totally ruin, okay, it can totally ruin your exam. Okay, this is not the time to experiment. Okay, next, do not wear anything new. Is it a new uniform, new shoes? Okay, this is not the time to do all of those things. So wear something that you have worn before. Wear something that you know is comfortable, something you can walk with, something you can commute with. Okay, something tried and tested. Okay, nothing new. It might be too tight, too uncomfortable, and it will only add up to your anxiety during the time of taking the board. Okay, next one, do not erase. Okay, this is one rule that I have always lived by. Never ever erase if it's like a pen and paper kind of examination. Okay, never erase. A lot of my students ask me, ma'am, did you erase during the time you took the board? No. Were there any questions wherein you know that you have shaded the wrong item or you have the wrong answer? You realize that like 5 questions after? Okay, and you wanted to change it? Yes. Did you change it? No. Okay, why? Because this is not something that's proven, but it actually messes up the way that the computer scans your questions. Because remember that it's the lead, okay, that the computer reads, so that if the lead, if you erase it, there could be like a little bit of lead that could be left over, so that that can like mess up the way that the computer will like read the whole examination. Okay, and then one other thing is, do not give yourself a reason for you to fail. Okay, some students do this, like right at the beginning of their review, they would say, yeah, I'm kind of down right now because my boyfriend or my girlfriend just left me. Like, hey, you're giving yourself a reason why you're gonna fail. Give yourself a reason why you're going to pass. So you tell yourself, I'm going to do this for myself, I'm going to do this for my family, I'm going to do this, okay, for my future, okay, and stick to that, okay, and believe in yourself, okay, then you are going to pass that exam. And then right after, again, just don't pull yourself down in the anticipation of waiting for the board exam. Don't keep on saying, I could fail, I might fail. No. Okay, just think positive, think that you can make it, and again, if you fail, if you fall down, stand up and rise again. Okay, so thumbs up button if you do like this video, and if you are about to take the board, if you have, share with me what are your feelings about taking the board exam. If you have any questions, are you anxious, are you excited, how do you feel right now? Just share it for the community to be able to read it, okay, and so that other people will know that, hey, you're not alone. Okay, just comment down below. Okay, and let me know what are your thoughts about this video. Okay, so for today, it. Okay, are there anything else that you think that I have missed out? Do you have any tips for other board takers out there? Okay, I would love to hear about it. Comment down below. Okay, and let's share. And if I do think of anything else, maybe I do a part 2 of this video. Alright, so thank you so much for being with me for today. Okay, and again, subscribe. Okay, hit the like button, notification button so you're always on the loop.